Good day, and welcome to Encumbered Properties Red Alert. On this show, we bring you notifications and updates about encumbered properties, disputed properties, or unencumbered properties but for any reason not available for sale. Why do we do this? To save you from losing your money, to save the innocent buyer from investing wrongly, and to save the future of real estate investment. I am Rex Chinedu Agwawike, your host. A bitter land dispute that caused the death of 4 people. A man killed members of his family. He didn't stop there. He went on to kill himself when he was invited by the police to come answer a case. I wouldn't want you to fall victim to this avoidable circumstance. We are bringing this update to you so you avoid such property. The property of Atideke's family. Atideke's family in Badagry, Lagos State. Like I asked earlier, could this have been avoided? We have a very senior police officer in the building, a property lawyer, and of course, the founder in EncumberedProperties.com. He will help us with the legal perspectives to this story. Please stay with us. A certain ex-police officer shot 3 members of his family, and when he's done doing that, he committed suicide to escape justice. It's my pleasure to have you again, sir. Thank you so much for showing up whenever I call.
Thank you, Rex. It's my pleasure to always honor your invitations. We are together in this.
As a very senior police officer, let me start from there. How would you react to this tragic incident?
Well, it's a very unfortunate incident, and nobody should actually die because of land or property. It doesn't make sense. With life, you can always acquire anything that you think is worthwhile to you. But having been gone, the chances of such acquisitions are forever gone. The story of the Atideka's family.
Yeah, Atideka's family.
Also brings to fore one of the things those of us within this part of the world always overlook. At the root of the crisis or the root of the tragedy, it has to do with inheritance crisis. Take, for instance, if the late Atideka had a will, it would have gone a long way in arresting this kind of tragedy. So what I'm saying in essence is this: we should actually begin to imbibe the culture of making our wills while we are still alive.
Right.
While we are still healthy. You actually be saving your posterity, those coming after you, a lot of crisis. Let's also take, for instance, you could imagine what would have been happening behind the Herbert Wigwe's family if, for instance, that man never made any will. In the presence of a will, some people are still after his biological children inheriting according to his own will. It's even more shocking. We are parents that should have been very uncomfortable surviving their children are even contesting the will of their own child. So what happened, or what's recently happened in Atideka's family? If their patriarch had the foresight or had the knowledge or knew the importance of a will, 4 family members wouldn't have been down on the same day. You know, when people talk of a will, due to our background here, people see will as being synonymous to death. Are you planning to die? When you know definitely that one day you will say bye-bye to this world. So, having said that, another thing that is instructive in these circumstances, if, for instance, there is no will or there was no will, and you are concerned that a sibling of yours could meddle with the property left behind by your father or by anyone, all you need to do is, okay, we've not settled or we are yet to settle our father's property. You enlist such properties at encumberedproperties.com as being part of the estate of your father, and which is not yet settled, that is not yet shared according to the custom that is applicable to wherever you are. In the absence of a will, what comes into play is the customs and tradition of the man that left those properties behind. So being concerned about any of your siblings meddling with the property left behind by your patriarch or your matriarch, all you need to do is to enlist such properties at encumberedproperties.com, that this property or these properties we are left behind by our father or by our mother, and we are yet to settle it amongst us. This becomes a caveat. That is a public warning, buyers beware, that this is a family property. It belongs to more than one person and hasn't been shared. By so doing, you are protecting the interests of every member of the family. You are also protecting the interests of innocent buyer or buyers that would have fallen victim to one single member of the family going to deceive innocent buyers that probably he or she has the sole right, or the property has been bequeathed to him or her to sell to some other person. So most crises you see today in the society or in the societies because of ignorance of the importance of will, writing a will, ignorance of the fact that usage of encumberedproperties.com also covers situations like this, and it can save people like the Atidekas family from that huge tragedy and loss that befell a family on one single day.
Sorry, before we wrap up on this one, I would want to ask you, as a police officer, looking how the case is connected to an ex-police officer, if you were, consulted before now, perhaps the ex-police officer, came to you seeking an advice on how to, solve this issue, what would you have advised him to do better than picking up gun and going to kill his family members?
Well, the advice has already flown from you than picking up gun. Certainly, you can't take the laws into your own hands in the first place. And killing your fellow human beings and taking your own life has not solved any problem.
Exactly.
Because the land dispute you have left behind will still exist between your own children and the children of the person or persons you have killed. It hasn't been settled.
So what would be your advice for the general public, especially families who are like the Atidekas family? Trust me, there are some families out there who are just like the Atidekas family. Talking about lands, properties, how many lives have been lost over time because of issues like this. What would be your advice as a property lawyer? Families that are facing some bitter dispute before it generates into this tragic.
As I have earlier said, caveat the properties at encumberedproperties.com. That is, flagging the properties at encumberedproperties.com. That these are family properties, therefore don't buy from anyone. Then submit yourself to the jurisdiction of what we call Omonna in my own place.
Right.
That is the traditional council, to mediate and look into what the man has left behind and distribute it according to the laws and customs applicable to your area. What goes to who? And peace reigns.
The suspect is dead, the family members are dead, but their children are still living. How best do you think they could go about this to avoid future occurrences?
Well, the law can't catch up with someone who is already dead.
Right.
Like in the case of murder, we are talking about the ex-police officer. He's dead, except the said accomplice that is yet to be arrested. Then for their children, the tragic death of their fathers is a huge lesson to them. I know they wouldn't want to toe the path of their fathers. Surely they will want to submit to the authorities, either court authority
or the Omona, like you said.
Court authority to help them decide who gets what, or the Omona, as I have earlier said, Omona in Igbo land, that is the kinsman. Exactly.
All right, thank you so much. The story is tragic enough for you to be a lesson for everyone. It's really pathetic. Thank you so much for, sharing your legal perspectives with us. I truly do appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
In case you're just joining us, you're watching Encumbered Properties Red Alert. On this show, we bring you details of encumbered properties, disputed properties, and properties that are for any reason not available for sale. The general public is hereby advised to stay away from properties belonging to the Atidekas family in Badagry, Lagos State, until the disputes are resolved. If you invest in any of the properties, you might end up putting yourself in trouble, not just losing your money. Would you like to get similar updates on encumbered properties, disputed properties, or properties that are for any reason not available for sale? Then, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Encumbered Properties. Follow us on Facebook at Encumbered Properties Limited, on Instagram at Encumbered Properties Limited. Visit our website on www.encumberedproperties.com to know more about us. To save a life today, share this video now. By sharing this video, you are saving humanity. Till I come your way again, stay safe and stay out of troubled properties like the Atidekas family properties. I am Rex Chinedu Agwawike, thanking you for watching.